replay, close your eyes, because I'm going to get it set up. At least I'm going to attempt to. Zooming, 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 zooming. All right. Hopefully that's good. Let me test it. Ouch. Oh. Hope it's not crooked. Oh, look, that is really zoomed in. Okay, give me a second. I normally put my Whip It Wednesday right there, but I can't get behind it to see what I'm seeing, you know what I'm saying? And live streams are better from the back of the camera versus the front of the camera. If I could teach my cats how to work, nope. If I could teach my cats how to work the darn phone, we'd be all set, right? I think we're crooked. There we go. Well, you're going to see what you're going to see, right? Don't look at my sticky notes. They're boring. All of the children are either sleeping or gone for the day, so here we go. All right. This is what it's going to be. We're going to take it, right? Let's hope it's something good. I'm refreshing. Do, 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 do. I'm working on the hat while waiting for 11 o'clock to arrive. I love the sound of needles clinking. I lost YouTube. I like everything. There's nothing there. There we go. All right. Hi, Rose. I'm glad you're here too. All right, look, if you don't get the top of my head, you don't get the top of my head, right? We don't need the top of my head. This is the important stuff right here anyway. Thank you. I love the yarn, right? I'm still holding two together, but these are the basic colors because they're pretty well lining up. And you can just see how squishy it is. I mean, it stands up nicely because of the two yarns, but it really squishes. So I have the other hat. Let's do some crazy stuff. I don't like to try on the hats because I feel like the person who gets it should have been the only person to put the hat on their head. But I just, whoops, I showered this morning 100%, nice clean hair, no cooties that I'm aware of. So let me back up a little bit. This is the way some people wear it. I don't look good in hats either, so. Let me get down here for a minute. So you can see some people wear it so that it sticks up like this. Isn't that crazy? Some people wear it like that. And then what I would do, because if I'm wearing a hat, it's got to be cold out, right? So I'm going to have it doubled up like this. See, the whole thing that people struggle with is what to do with your hair, right? So I don't know. I've got glasses too. I'd want to cover my ears and do that. And now, there was no point in brushing my hair. Good thing it's short. It just does what it's supposed to, right? Hi, Miss Mocha. Did you want to be in today's video? Come here. Now, I thought I loved the way this hat knit up, but I got to say that I love this one even better. This part here went together differently because this one has all the mottled and stuff like this. And then this one stayed kind of with the same colors. This is a orange and pinky yellowy, and then this is pinky purple, and I just love the way this one's turning out. I loved this one when I made it. I love this one even better. So that's where we're at. We're just taking some time while waiting. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oy vey. Miss Mocha, want to say hi? Miss Mocha is going to step on the laptop, so I'm not going to let her stay. But she usually sits over on that table. That's my ironing table over there where the phone is. And I usually leave a spot for her to lay down there. But she's a very skittish girl, a very nervous child. So down you go. She's already eaten 4 breakfasts and she thinks she wants lunch already, but she's not getting it. Jody, I was wondering if you were going to make it. Jody made it. I got myself tangled. Okay. You come over here with me. You come over there. Miss Mocha is such a beautiful cat. We call her, my daughter named her, you would think she was a child when she named her, but my daughter was like 22, 26 or something. And her name is Miss Mocha Latte, but we call her Pretty Pretty Princess because she's so pretty. She's the one that's a nervous wreck, and we had to put her on gabapentin to help calm her down a little bit, to help mellow that out. All of the moving and living with different cats and stuff, she's already a nervous kitty, and it really just stressed her out. Sue, this is the faded pink one that I mentioned. It's like the purple one. It's got the line that goes up here. And you kind of see how this collar looks a little bit faded looking. It was supposed to be, again, like a deep dark pink crayon, but it has the faded look. And I don't hate it. I just am disappointed because everything's already faded before I even wore it. And I kind of like... See, it's even like faded through here. I like brand new. I don't like distressed. I like to create my own worn out jeans. I want to put effort into it, you know. I don't want someone else's. Yeah, it was definitely in the sun. Wherever, you know how we always talk about you don't store your fabric on the shelf in a sunny room unless you're like rotating through it a lot and you keep blinds and curtains and stuff like that. Most of mine, especially in the summer, the sun doesn't come quite into the room, so mine's pretty well safe. But in the summer, blinds are down. I have light blocking and sun blocking and heat blocking curtains that I keep closed. So if I missed anyone, let me look. Nope, we're good. Now let's read some words. Oh, you're beading. I'd love to play with beads again. I love beads. I love embroidery and beads. Okay, this is my aesthetic of my fun craftiness is those felt stockings where you add the sequins and the beads and the embroidery. I love those. That's just like the thing for me. And if I put it into a quilt or a bag, even better. But the stockings have the pictures and everything already cut out. No, Rose is taking a break on chores. I'm taking a break on life. I had a thought just before coming live. Oh, I got fuzzies. I have a very busy week coming up. I think next Wednesday, instead of doing the live, I'm going to pre-record it and open up whatever's left in this Advent. Someone said they mailed something when I'm out and about next week if I don't make it there sometime soon. But because I'm going to lose 2 days next week with appointments, and they're not very long appointments, they're really only going to be like 15-minute appointments, but you know how they mess up the middle of your day and you've got to travel and wait your turn and then go back home and then here comes the jets. Got to get re-motivated and stuff. So I think I'm going to record next Wednesdays and put it up. And then when that packages arrive, because the next Wednesday's Christmas Eve, I think I'll just record that one also. And then we have our regular live stream will be on the 20th. We'll be sewing that day. I have no idea. Oh, I need to make this bigger. I have no idea what we're going to sew, but we'll do something scrappy. Oh, I was going to show you guys what I worked on this week. Let me just make sure you guys are on live chat at the top of the chat. So I'm working on this. I'm working on Robbie's mitten or his fingerless gloves. I did finish the other zipper pouch. This is the one that we worked on. And I did lay out, because I like the way this one looked, I did take the time to lay out the second one. But this one has a red zipper and the white zipper. Then this is the one that had the iron spit at it, but I cleaned it all off and everything looks pretty good. The only thing I'm going to say is I can't tell if it's my eyes. Let me get really close. I've stared at this so often. Does this look like the ho-hos are like pink or like the red? I don't think the red went anywhere, right? I don't think it bled. It looks normal to me, but I'm getting that optical illusion look to the eyeballs because I've stared at it so much, but I think it's okay, right? What do you guys think? Is it okay? Oh, that's a lot, Jody. I'm so sorry. Jody had a smart idea? Oh, yeah. Working instead of doing chores, right? You're going to swap me on appointments? Rose, you think it looks good? I think so too. Okay, so, oh yeah, I have really easy ones, Sue, because I had the cardio ultrasound last Thursday. It was no big deal, but it was an experience. They ultrasound in places I didn't expect them to. And then I have just my pain management doctor, so that's easy. Really, I haven't looked in the app. Well, they don't have an app. I have to go online to see the test results. But I would imagine everything's fine. If I had a severe issue, you would think that they would, call me up and say, hey, right? Let me get back a little further. All right, I think we are where we're at. If anyone else pops in, they'll just have to catch the replay. I feel like I need to knit to the end of the round, but there is no end because it's just going round and round. So let me set this aside over here. If you want to see what I opened last week, you have to go and watch that video. I did take out whatever we left at, number 5 to number 10 on the Friends Advent. Oh, wow. Well, wait. When's your appointment? Did they give you enough notice? I kind of feel like sometimes, did they know? I thought your appointment was later in the week or something. But anyway, I did pull out 5 through 10 because today's the 10th. And then I'll open the rest of these up for next week. And I have all of the community ones that are here. Up, Gwen's here. Where did I move my note to, right? Did I get it? Did I get it? Yes, because Bays is Becky, B for Becky. Okay, so I have this is the Friends one, this is the community one, and this is the moose. Wait, these are elk. I was calling them moose. There are no moose on here. These are all elk. Anyway, these are the Friend Advent that one of you guys sent me, and they're deer. They're not moose, they're not elk, but yeah, whatever. We're gonna open these. Let's open these first. I wanna open these first because I already wrapped these, so I don't remember what any of these packages are, but I did see them because I personally wrapped them. And Mocha's awake, so maybe she'll wanna play with paper. This, I think I know what this is, but I don't think you guys are going to guess. Well, Jody, I didn't want to call you out unless you wanted to say you sent it. You called yourself out, so it's okay. Yeah, did you hear me calling it moose all last week? I think I'm crazy. Oh, Mocha thinks it's a snack. She thinks it's treats. I don't know what's going on with my cats. They think I have these little like Tupperware, the really thin stuff you get at like the Dollar Tree, and I keep pretzel sticks in it so I can just have a little snack in the room. And every time I grab it, they always think that it's a treat. It's never a treat. You think they would get used to it. It's never a treat. Yeah, see you guys, I don't think you would have ever guessed this, but hold on. On my Amazon wish list, yeah, the little leopard paper is fun. So now I don't have to worry about showing your name. On my wish list, I put down a couple of things for the diamond painting because I had so much fun doing the little Dollar Tree ones. These are coasters, and I think they're like sunsets maybe. Sorry about all the noise. It's a little coaster set. It comes with the little holder and everything. And then, yeah, it has like sunsets. I thought the colors would be fun. There are mountains and a moon. I think a lot of water scenes and stuff. Trees or palm trees. Oh, these are kind of burnt on the back. That's interesting. Oh, because they are cut out with that machine. Well, you got ASMR for sure. So there's a lot of fun things, and I thought that these would be fun to work on. We could possibly work on them during a live stream, or I could just go crazy and make them all in one evening when I'm avoiding doing anything. So then, of course, it has all of the little diamond thingies, the tray and the pen. It's interesting because all the trays are the same. These were the same exact ones from the Dollar Tree, so you must be able to buy them in bulk or something like that. So let me put these noisily back in here so I don't lose them, because between now and 5 minutes I can absolutely lose it. I've been keeping everything together in a container. I don't know, I just thought whatever, maybe I'll take a picture at the end or something like that. I think they're going to be really pretty, and I think they'll be fun because I don't want to do a diamond painting thing, a big huge poster. Ooh, Mocha really likes that paper. But I want to just a little bit. I think it's a fun little craft. I'd like to do a kid's version, you know, where it's just a small thing. You do it a little bit and you finish it in one setting. That's really important to me, to just have it done in one setting. I'm going to say scissors, little scissors and a little tin. I'll definitely show them because I don't have a problem showing things on my Whip It Wednesdays or whatever I'm going to call it. I have a list of names for the new Whip It Wednesday videos that will have a little bit more than just sitting and talking about projects. And yeah, I don't mind showing non-sewing things in there because it's something I worked on, so who cares? People can fast forward. Whisker is just, she's sleeping. She just doesn't care. Oh, they're Ginger scissors. See? Let me open it. So they're the little tiny ones, the gold. They're not the swan or anything, but they're the ones that are really sharp to the point. They're very small. The tip is only 1 inch long. So these will get put away and they will go for like the embroidery and stuff. And this is the perfect tin to keep them in so I don't lose them and I don't stab anything through my bag. Because I still like to put the embroidery and stuff in one of those flat pouches and then keep everything together. So I can file them in like one of these and then just pull out what I need when I need it. So those are really nice. No candies because a lot of these things have been sitting in my closet for months. So it's really, I find it really important to have a good pair of small sharp scissors right to the point when you're doing cross stitch embroidery, beading, anything like that. I know what this is. Someone did send me 2 of these and I needed what it is beforehand, so I wrapped one and I kept the other one, and they said I could, so it's okay. You want to guess? It's really simple to guess. I mean, once you see it, you'll be like, oh yeah, that was obvious, but sometimes things aren't super obvious. Oh, this one. This is I have 2 of them. So this one's a spool of ivory, and this is the Missouri Star. So you can kind of see the size of them. Are we good? Can we see everything nice? I hope so. I just throw papers at the cat. That's all. And then this one, I think this one might be a, nope. There was a, oh yeah, I have 2 whites and a yellow, and I needed the yellow for a project, so I did use the yellow. This one is another ivory, so that's really great because I don't want to buy any more thread until the new year. I don't want things being shipped I don't want to purchase something that's going to be shipped in the mail to me during this time of the year. I will do a fat quarter shop order probably later today, but other than that, I want to wait. And if I run out of my white thread, I have plenty more to work with. And then this is round. I'm going to say this is like one of those tape measures that go like this. I know it's cheating because I saw most of these and I can't remember if there is one. Oh, there is one of these. This is a fun color. I've been enjoying the teals and aquas and other such colors. I have 3 cats. 2 of them are sleeping. I call it a coma nap. And Mocha, who's the skittish one, I can't throw that on the floor. It's got plastic. She's able to just play by herself and no one's messing with her. Measure twice. Oh, this is Missouri Star. I like to keep these in my knitting bags. I have one of the ones that are folded over and over in my hat bag. I'll switch it out to this because every time I go in there when I'm at a doctor's office and if it comes undone, I have to fold it back up. It's better to have one of these. Sometimes these will, they'll stretch out sometimes or the little thingy will break, but this is kind of a nice one. The numbers look nice on it. I wonder how accurate it is. Let's see. 0 to 1 is accurate. Sometimes the people who do it have what, centimeters or millimeters, centimeters on the other side, and they go off that measurement so that the inches are a little off. So it's always good to check those. I do enjoy the Missouri Star thread. I have to do both threads, the essential from connecting threads and the Missouri, to be able to get the combination of colors that I'm looking for. So I think we might be here for a little bit because apparently I'm a little talkative today. I've been very kind of off lately. I don't know why. We don't always have to have a reason, right? The person who wrapped this is just so annoying, I tell you. I always thought it would have been fun. We used to go to the mall as a kid, and my grandmother couldn't wrap presents easily either. She went crazy with the tape, so we would go to like Sears, and they would just wrap it for you. And I always thought that was the neatest job, and I wish I could have that job because they had boxes and stuff, so they never had to like wrap a weird thing. They would put it in a little box and wrap the box. Oh yeah, she's happy. Oh, this is what, I definitely put this on my list. I really wanted one of these because someone was sweet enough and they sent me a Hera marker, but this is meant for scrapbooking and I've been using it all the time for my quilting and stuff. I don't know if I'll be able to get used to this, but this is the big one. It's not staying in there, so I'll just cut it open. So this is the big one that's meant for quilting, and you can see just how large it is, especially compared to this. So this has a nice rounded ergonomical handle to hold on to. I missed something, didn't I? I carry the paper one from IKEA because it can be flat in my wallet. I use it all the time, highly recommend. Left so much out and wrapped a bit of wool around the rest. Oh my goodness, I think I missed something good there. Did I miss something good? Oh, I don't think I did. Oh, I know what you mean. You leave so much of the tape out and then you wrap a piece of wool like yarn or something around it. I got you. I caught on. Yeah, so I'm really interested. I'm always worried, like this one I have to kind of hold on to tightly to keep it in my hand because of the nerve issues. Things like a pen I easily drop, so I have to be careful like with knives and stuff. So I do, and I end up putting too much pressure down. So I'm hoping with the ergonomical part sitting in your hand nicely that I won't have to, you know, like really make a crease in the fabric. And I'll continue using these when I make like cards and stuff. So that's really a great gift right there. I'm so happy to see that come in. Oh, she's waiting. Mocha's right down here waiting for more paper. I'm doing it. This paper from Hobby Lobby is super thick. Oh my goodness. So these are the Sassy refill rotary blades, 45 millimeters. This one says just itching to be stitching, and there's probably other things on it. I think I have a set of these, or I saw them on a Missouri Star. We go through rotary cutter blades so quickly, right? I change mine often. As soon as it starts to drag a little and leave bits of the fabric sticking out, I change it because it wears out your mat, and it also, you know, it's more stress on the shoulder and stuff. These are needles for the sewing machine. Oh, Laura, that sounds like fun. I always just thought it was fun. I haven't had an ad yet, Jody, unless it came up and I missed it. Because I try not to talk during the ads. My apology if I did. Yeah, the other thing we go through besides a bunch of blades is we go through, gosh, she's waiting for me. We go through a lot of knitting needles. These are 9014, that's the standard I use, and I love the Schmetz ones. And I try to keep several packs of these because I do change them often. If I'm doing a whole bunch of zipper pouches, when I'm done, I'll change it, especially since I sewed through all of the zippers. If I'm sewing a lot one week, I'll probably leave the same needle in until I hear it going clunk, clunk, clunk. But if I switch over to quilt blocks, I always change the needle because quilt blocks are just 2 pieces of fabric and you really need to have it a nice sharp needle. This is a square box rectangle. First thing that came to mind is, for those of you that are my age or a little older, do you remember when you used to get the razor blades that came in the cardboard box? You'd either use them for cleaning or, you know, shaving and stuff like that. Not the double-sided razor blades, but just the one you can hold onto the edge and do like that. That's what this reminds me of. I'm sure it's not. That's not good, Sue. I used to be the same way because, you know, they're expensive, right? But I think the problem that some people have is you don't know how much time you've put on those items, so you have to go by how it feels or how it sounds. Because when I didn't sew a lot, I'd have to listen to the needle going clunk, clunk, clunk. And then I would know it was time to change the needle, or if it was pulling the fabric down a lot and not piercing the fabric. A lot of times I just put my finger on the needle and see how much it hurts, and that's how I could tell how sharp it is. These are the little snips. I was just thinking the other day that I needed to get a new pair because these are starting to not cut as well. So that's perfect timing to have a new pair of snips. And these are a fun green color. It actually matches my laptop. You don't need really expensive ones. They get dull real quick too. So I did spend some money and get a pair of Clover ones, and I keep them up in my drawer and I use them occasionally, but they got dull real quick. So I kind of use them just for knitting and stuff like that. So these are really good. So thank you, thank you, thank you. 2 more of these left. This feels like little keychains or something like that. I don't know. See, I could wrap something yesterday and forget what it is, let alone 3 months ago or something like that. So, sorry, I bit my cheek. As soon as these items came into the house, I went, ooh, ah, thank you, and I wrapped them right up. So they didn't sit around and like I wrapped them all last week or something. Oh, these are fun. Hold on, Miss Mocha. I thought they were just basic charms, but they're flamingo charms. I thought it would be fun to have a flamingo. I thought it would be fun to figure out how to open these. I think I might have to cut it. For some things, to add a little RsIslandCrafts flair to it, you have to, right, Laura? You have to have them everywhere. When my husband Rob was doing construction, I don't have a pair here now, but it's kind of similar to this. He ended up getting wounded a lot, and he'd have to go to the ER to get stitches, and they have I'm going to use the word sanitize because I can't think of the word of it right now. But they have the little stitches kit, and when they're done, they throw everything away. They don't go ahead and sterilize it again. Sterilize, see? So This is probably one, yeah, this is a pair from that. And then they had the other ones that with a little bit like this size with the longer scissor part here. And I have all of these still, and I keep them in my different knitting bags and everything because they're not super sharp on the tips, so they don't go through the project bag or anything. And I keep them in zipper pouches anyways, of course. So they're really fun to have in every bag, and I didn't have to buy scissors. When you're crafting or you're a multi-crafter, you have to have, ooh, this smells like a pool floaty. You have to have scissors everywhere. Let's see if I can get up really close and show this to you. So it's just a little flamingo. He's got a pinkish body and he's gold. Yeah, I thought on, ooh, mocha, papers everywhere. I thought on some of the projects, I don't want to sit on my shirt. It gets stuck, you know, when you sit down. I thought on some projects it might be fun to put a little flamingo on. And you don't buy, when you go to Amazon, you don't buy like 4 flamingos. You get a packet of 80 of them, and you spend less than you would at Michael's. Right? I thought they were really fun. I put them on my list when I was just scrolling through looking at different charms, and it was great. So if you guys ever purchase a zipper pouch from me and you want a charm on it, you can always ask me like, hey, because I put the charms on the beaded keychains. It sounds like more of the clips, and it also sounds like a puzzle. You can always ask, hey, Robin, do you have any more sewing machine charms? Or do you have a flamingo charm? Do you have a duck charm? And you never know what I might have, and I have no problem adding it to your bag. The cost of those are so small that I wouldn't even charge you. I don't think I even, in the overall price, when I do inventory and I figure out the base cost of everything, I add everything up. But one of those, whatever, if they're like, I don't know, 80 of them, they're probably like $9.99 or something. So sometimes I have things that cost less than a penny to add to it because I can buy it in bulk. Oh, it is more clips. Most of the time you're spending money on the person's labor versus the cost of materials unless they have like $25 a yard fabric. For a small zipper pouch, there's not that much cost involved. So this is another container of, this one is the colorful fabric clips from Missouri Star. And I don't think they're any different than the ones you get off of Amazon. I don't think that they're clover clips, but I could be wrong. I wouldn't know based, you know, where they get theirs and the price. I think they buy these in, I don't know, right? We're making things up as we go along, but if I were to sell these in my shop, I would go to Amazon, I would buy these in bulk, and I'd put my little sticker on it. I haven't opened up the clips and put new ones in. I might need to make a bigger container because I don't think I'm gonna fit all of my new clips in here. So I'll need to make a taller container. I like these because I can squish it instead of a square and make it be a rectangle, and then it fits over in that space better because I keep it between my stuff and my water bottle. So again, I got clips once already and more clips, and I'm not complaining. I'm very grateful because I will use all of these. Plus, they keep breaking, right? All right, let's move on to Jody's fun stuff. I have absolutely no idea. I can't even guess at what any of these are. Let's open this one up. Slide everybody over. Yeah, clips are great. If anyone ever were to say, hey, Robin, I have a bunch of clips. I'm going to send you clips because I don't sew anymore. I'd be like, yes, please. Thank you so much. Because I always think I have enough. And then when you make 20 or 30 zipper pouches at a time and you put 10 of them on it, if you make 20 zipper pouches and I put 10 clips on it when I go to sew the whole thing around and I prep all of them at once, that's 1,000. That's 200 clips, right? That's a lot of clips. You go through them really easy. Hi, Sharon. Welcome. We're glad you can make it. You should be in summer in Australia, right? I hope your weather is gorgeous. Mocha, I don't have any more fun, noisy paper, but I got little paper. And tissue. Oh, you want tissue paper? Tissue paper's fun. Jody likes to wrap everything really well. Oh, it came from her mom's stamp set. Look, it's a robin. So there's a stamp. I do stamp occasionally. I have my stamp for the back of my note cards that I make, my RS Island. I wonder where my stamps are. I don't think I've made cards here in Arizona. I'd like to start making some more next year, so I probably should go find that. But it's so cute. Inka Dinka Doo from Boston, Massachusetts. That's so pretty. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's nice. So even if you don't use it, just to have it hanging out, it's a very bright colored stamp. All right, it goes over into the mess. You want a Post-it note, Mocha? Nope, Mocha doesn't want it. Advent, I think this might say 1. I'm not doing anything in order. Oh, wow, yeah. Well, I'm really glad you can make it and hang out with us. I like when people come and hang out with us, especially when they say things like, oh, I've never been to a live before. I think it's just really fun. Oh, keychain. This is, let me see. I don't know where you guys are seeing this at, but let me watch myself here for a minute. Up, up, up. All right, get up. Quit being lazy. Oh, fabric only. This is to put on your scissors. It's a charm for the sewing machine that is for fabric only on the scissors, and it's glittery yellow. That's fun, and I'm making the camera go crazy. Okay, no more camera craziness. That's really fun. That's smart. So someone probably has like one of those 3D things that you can print them out, or some company does it in mass production. So that's really fun. Hi, Joyce. I don't know if I missed you or you just came in, but hello, hello. And hello to everyone that's lurking, everyone I didn't say hello to. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat, but I'm really terrible at it. So yeah, this is really fun. Then you can put it on your scissors because it's the little chain, the ball chain one, and you put it on your scissors. My daughter's constantly sending me little memes about, I touched my mother's scissors, her good fabric scissors. And now they're planning the funeral or the cops are coming or something like that. It's always something fun. The boys, they never come in and say, if anyone wants a pair of scissors, they're going to ask for them. They never come into my room and just take something, mostly because they wouldn't be able to find it anyways. They really have to go searching through it. These are from a shop hop in May. Jody was collecting things for me throughout the year. She was very sweet to be thinking of me. These are iron-on patches. So this is fun. Okay, let me look real quick. Anna Karenina, The Great Gatsby, and The Cat Ventures of Sherlock Holmes. So these are really cute to put on a zipper pouch and kind of theme around it if I'm making like a cat fabric zipper pouch or something like that. Jody's mom made some really pretty cards. I didn't bring Jody's card out from last week. You all could say, you know, because remember last time Jody's the one that made the card with the birch trees and the cardinals, the red birds in it everywhere. These are really fun. I'm going to put them back in here so that I know they're iron-on. I can feel the heat and bond. I've used it enough to tell. But I have a small collection of things like this, and I've been trying to save up a little bit of fussy cut novelty type fabrics to create fun zipper pouches. I want to kind of change things up next year. I've said it earlier this year that I wanted to, but I've definitely realized that I need to stop doing what I'm doing and do things the way I want to do things. All right, let's do another small one. These are fun papers because when everyone in my family was still here and alive. We would go to my parents' house and everyone would meet there for Christmas Eve. There would be like a small bonfire type thing. My father had like a rock pit fireplace that he made, and you would unwrap everything, double check that there's no gifts in it, and then throw it in the fire. Because we think we threw some gifts in the fire one year. We lost a silver bracelet, and my stepmother somehow managed to lose a remote control snake vehicle where the snake popped up and shot water out of it. We think she just never brought it home from when she was shopping at Toys R Us. Jody's really sweet. Mocha's laying down for a nap. She's good at sending me stamps that I can use. So this time we have holiday cheer. I'm never at the post office around the holiday stamp time to get any. So these are really fun, and I'll save these for next year's fabric postcards to send out, unless I send any out soon. You don't think I heard what I read? What did I read? Oh, the cats? Yeah, Anna Karina. Oh, Leo Tolstoy. I didn't read that part. They're books with cat names on them instead. And then, oh, Arthur Conan Doyle and F. Scott Fitzgerald. Hey, I got a lot going on here, guys. I can only do so much. You want me to read that, talk about this, open things, and get the brain to be quiet enough to carry on one conversation? Y'all are asking too much of this person here. Giovanna, did you not get one from the scrappy Christmas ones from the live stream? I thought you asked for one. I sent you one. You sent me your address, right? I sent you one. Did you get it? It is funny. It's hilarious. How long should we talk about it? You guys want to talk more about the hilarious stamps, the iron-ons? I can only do so much. I got nothing else to say. Oh yeah, Jody's mom had a lot of pen pals. When you guys start chatting to yourself, I just kind of skim it and then, ignore it. Giovanna, I thought you sent me your mailing address. Okay, well, I sent one to someone in Italy. So, Giovanna, send me your mailing address. There's still enough time. If you do it today, I am going to go to the mailbox. I have some new patrons that signed up. And when they sign up, they get a new postcard. They get a fabric postcard as a thank you, and also a Christmas postcard because we're in December. Yeah, carrying on a conversation is hard and trying to think and stuff. Jody, you're getting all the ads. And you even showed up early today. Giovanna, yeah, send me your mailing address to one of my emails, and I'll pop one in the mail today. The mail's probably coming right about now, but it'll go out tomorrow. And let me know if you want a Christmas one or a non-Christmas one. I know, but here's the thing, Giovanna. If I don't see it as a new email, I'll forget about it. If I have to go searching for it, if it's listed in my, you don't even have to like talk or anything. You just put it in the email. And if you already sent me an email, just resend it, because when I go through my emails and I see you, I write out the postcard and then I send it out and I put you in the addresses so that if I choose to randomly send something, it's there. If you don't want to do the whole address thing, just send me an email that says postcard on it. And then that way, because to be honest with you, Giovanna, let's be realistic here. I try to keep real time here. Once I move on to this piece of paper, I'm going to totally forget that you wanted a fabric postcard unless I have it running in the back of my head constantly. And then that adds to the noise level in my head. And then I'll forget, because I'll be like, okay, I need to take my medicine. I need to give the cats lunch. I need to pick up this mess. I need to work on the next project. Oh, I'm hungry too. Maybe I'll get something to eat. And you're going to go right out the window. And that's the safest way for me to remember, is if you guys send me it. If it's the same address and you know you sent me one, then yeah, you can just send an email. Oh, right. Yeah, Giovanna. Yeah, something like that. I have a lot of humming going on in my head, and things just don't stay in there anymore. Yeah, it's squirrel. That's all it is. I was better when I was running a household with 3 kids and a husband, and I had to stay on track. Now that it's just me, the cats will cry when they're hungry. My stomach gets hungry. Oh, well, I'll eat later. And then, oh, it gets hungry again. Okay, great. I'll eat now, right? That's why I keep pretzels in here. Throw a couple pretzels in my mouth. I'm good to go until later when I get really hungry and I have time to stop. Sometimes it's like, I just want to finish. I told the cats last night I was sewing on that zipper pouch. I said, let me finish doing the patchwork and then I'll feed you. They understand 1 minute. They don't understand how long a minute is, but they understand 1 minute. And then if I take too long, they'll remind me with the little paw on the leg. Look at this square first. What a beautiful flower in your colors. And then there's a note inside. Okay, so I'm supposed to look at the flower. It really is pretty. And I don't think I would make something for myself with this. Oh, I saw a secret. I wouldn't make something for myself with this, but I would really enjoy making something with it and appreciating the fabric. And I think that, first of all, I think that's perfect. And I think it's a great thing that I can use so many other fabrics. You guys send me like just a fat quarter or a couple scraps of your favorite fabric. And it really keeps my creativity going. That what can I piece with this and stuff like that. Wait, is that a tail? A cat? Imagine my surprise. So it seems like Jody got this fabric because she loved the colors and then she saw different bits of it. So this is so cute. And some of you love cat fabrics, so you're always asking me, do you have cat fabrics? So this cat's laying on its back with its belly. These are all curled up and sleeping. There's some butterflies, the pretty flowers. There's a tail. There's the toe beans. I think that's just really a really pretty fabric. And I actually love the colors in it. And I think this would be really fun. Like if I had yardage of this, I would make it into a tote bag. I think it's a fat quarter, so it wouldn't do like a full-size tote bag. I'd have to find other things to go with it. But it would be really fun to make like one of those flat cross-stitch project bags, because then this fabric would be showcased and you wouldn't have to cut it up and stuff like that. All you saw was the flowers, huh? That's funny. I did the notes. I did the notes. I followed the rules. Yeah, who opens a fat quarter, right? You just kind of get it and you look at it and it's sitting however. If they have it folded up like this, you're like, oh, there's a flower. But then now that you know, now you can see the tail and the pitty paws and then whatever's over here. But you can fussy cut this, even if you don't like cats. You just fussy cut around the flower and stuff. But look at that mushy face right there. That's adorable. Oh, Jody, I would just put it in my shop. That's totally up to you. I would just put it in the shop. Like a second fat quarter, I would just put it in the shop if someone wanted it. But it's not something I personally would be like, oh, Jody, please, please send me some. I can't wait. I want to make a tote bag for myself. I'm just saying that this is the type of fabric and the way it looks that I wouldn't want to cut it up too much, and I would make it into a tote bag. You see the orange cat now? Yeah. I know I'm not close because I want to keep some of my head in, but I don't. See, I go like this. You can't trust a fat quarter. I have opened up fat quarters and you can find some interesting things. I'm saving this for last because it's different fabric, paper, and I think it's special. All right, we just got the Advent and from Jody. Oh, we should guess. I think I already know. I can't guess. Oh no, I saw that little blue spot and I thought it was those blue quilting gloves, but it's one of my favorite things. Oh, this is hilarious. Jody, you did an amazing job and I'm very grateful for this, and I will make both of these up because I have one of these. I ordered one off of Amazon because I love it so much. Because it has the cardinals. And it's a really easy cross stitch you can do without thinking. It's great for beginners because I think it's pre-printed. Yeah, it's already stamped on there, so it already has the picture on it. And then you can just go ahead and, you can just stitch on it without thinking. There's no counting. It's more embroidery that you cross stitch on, and it has the lettering that you do. And I just love quick projects like this. Yes, I did, Laura. I did hit my 10. I sent out the email. When did we do? On Saturday. Right after the live stream, I went and I filled out the form and I sent out the email. I'm supposed to receive a discount code in my email. I haven't received it yet, but I mean, they're probably busy, right? Real people. And when I get it, then I'll order my YouTube hat. So I really appreciate that. Yeah, look on Amazon for Jack Dempsey needle art. Let me come up here so if you need to, you can take a screenshot. I have this. I have an American flag with words in it. No, hold on. And I was just thinking I'll pull this out since I already have it open and show you what it looks like. There you go, Jack Dempsey needle art. I don't think Jack Dempsey is alive anymore. I think the company is just doing the company thing, but they have a few left on there that they're doing. I think I Googled it to do a little search. So here's the basic pattern. So when you do this, that's pre-printed, save this. If you really enjoyed it, you can just trace it on another piece of fabric and do it again, right? I don't believe it comes with the floss. You have to purchase, you have to purchase the floss yourself so you can change up the colors. It's printed in blue on here, and if it's what I'm used to, after you do this, the blue can wash away. If you stitch over it perfectly, great, you're great. You can also do this with the fabric markers if you want. So you can use fabric markers to do the cross stitch and draw the lines so you don't even have to. Yeah, I think Walmart is one that carries it. Let me see if I can get some shadowing going. It's a thin fabric. It's sturdy but see-through, if that makes sense. See how all the lines are on there? And then it's that blue pen that just washes it away. Make it as a gift and give it back, right? Yeah, so it's, let's see. When a cardinal appears in your yard, is a visitor from heaven. So I think these are fun. This one is a little large, so I would say like a wall hanging or something. You can just frame this. But some of them are a little smaller, and those you can go ahead and turn it into a tote bag or something like that. So these are really fun. I have it sitting just over there in a drawer so I wouldn't lose it. And once I get past Christmas stuff, I want to start working on these at night, because without it being counted, you don't have to do it on Aida cloth. It's just on fabric with embroidery. Then it makes it so that even if my eyes are tired, I'm not going to miscount or something. The brain's going to be good and everything works out really well. So those are really fun to do. Hey, Jody, if you know what you are, then you do you, right? So you know what you enjoy, and then you do that. All right, the last one from Jody, and then we'll get into the Friends Advent. Excuse me for drinking, but I'm dry. All the talking and stuff. These shirts are really nice, but I always feel like it's a soft cotton, and I feel like it's not clingy, but sometimes it feels clingy. Some days, do you ever just feel like it's probably some of the things that are wrong in my brain or different? Some days I feel like my clothes just aren't sitting right on me, and like I'll change a shirt because it makes me kind of go like this. I'm like, oh no, we're not wearing this shirt today. Okay, try to guess when you open it, then the hint is on the paper. Okay, let's try to guess. Let's first take the staples off there. Put there. This feels like a shape. That's really helpful. Like a keychain or something. Oh, that's fun. That's fun, fun, fun. Hold on, guys. I'll show you what it is, but all right, we're not doing that. I think this one I have to get up for, and then I'll tell you what it is. To me, it looks like the tips for knitting needles. There, you can hear the jets. I generally edit that out. So, see how loud that is? Yeah, it's a shape. You know, it felt like it felt like the rubbery stuff, the silicone, and it felt like it was one piece, like it might have been the shape of a bird with the little keychain on the top, but it wasn't. It's just these cute little pitty paws. Now I have to pull my pants up. I don't. Lately, I've been like, what is it when you talk about what some person is doing? Here I am. I'm walking down the hall to make my lunch. My pants are falling down. I'm picking them up. All right, let's find out what the note says. The note says, oh, they're for the scissors. Dun, 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 dun. Did anyone guess that? They go on your scissors to keep you from getting poked or from cutting through bags and stuff. Yeah, comfort and texture, right? You don't need the high heels and to look pretty anymore. You need to be comfortable. I'm going to actually use these because most of my sharp scissors have covers on it. I'm going to actually use these for the knitting needles. And it keeps it so your yarn doesn't come off your project. Now, I don't have to worry about it on these hats because it's such big chunky yarn, but that's how I'm going to use them. Do, 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 do. Thank you, Jody. I really appreciate that. I have like a couple hard plastic ones, but not the silicone ones that actually can like fit the needles nicely of various sizes. That way, because if you put it on the scissors and I put them, where am I going to put them? Like these Missouri Star scissors and the Kai scissors are really sharp and they already come with a cover on it, and I saved all my covers so I don't need them because I don't have the covers anymore. I have the covers, so I'm going to use it for something fun. Yeah, they're perfect. I am knitting on, these are a size 11 needle, Jody. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And they fit perfectly. They won't fit on like the sock needles, but you can put 2 needles into one, right? So yeah, they can just sit there, and I tried to have them so that they're facing you guys, doing their thing. All right, let's get into the Friends Advent so you guys can go and live your life and work on your Christmas presents. I hope those who need to get some sewing done are doing that today. We are going to do it in order. Okay, day 5. Day 5 is squishy, so we're going to say fabric. And we are going to say, I don't know, I was going to say purple, but I feel like it's green. They are silly. They're fun. And I like that they're black with the pink on it, because if they were like white or something like that, it'd be like, yeah. But the black with the pink, it just pops so nicely. And I love colors against black, so those are perfect. I love it. I love it. Laura, I think by now we know how much you love your Kai scissors. Laura loves her Kai scissors. I love my Kai scissors. I talk about them as much as Laura does, so I'm just teasing you, Laura. So I'm going to say green fabric. I think this, okay, I love everything, right? Any gift I've ever gotten, I'm really appreciative of it. Someone took the time and the money to purchase something for me. But some of my favorite things are just the silly little things. And every time I go and open up my stamps, I have a variety of them. Jody sends me stamps periodically, and a couple of you guys also do. And I always think about how lucky I am to have this community. Like, I open up the stamps and I'm like, I got stamps. I did not have to go and buy stamps. Look at, I'm teary crybaby today, I guess. Maybe that's what my problem is. I'm emotional. But yeah, I haven't even touched my manatee stamp since last year, because when I sent out the postcards, someone sent me these silvery, shiny thank you stamps, and they're perfect for Christmas because I don't have Christmas stamps. So I love it. And when I pull up fabric and I don't recognize it, I'll know I may not remember, remember Jody sent this one, but I may remember exactly who sent what, but I'll know that, hey, someone thought of me and I got to play with their fabric. Even if they thought this was the ugliest thing in the world and they just wanted to get rid of it. Same thing when I pull out the thread. I'm either received some Missouri Star, I bought it, or you guys sent it. So it's really fun to have the little things like that. Yeah, the little toe beans, it's hilarious. Yeah, so every time I pull them out of my bag, I will forget about these. I'll put it in my knitting bag, and I've been knitting on my son's fingerless mitts at night. And then these are, if I only have 20 minutes before I really should be going to bed, or I know I'm going to fall asleep while knitting, I'll pull this out. So if I pull this out even tonight or tomorrow, I'll totally forget. So every time I pull these out of the bag, I'm going to laugh because I'm not going to remember those. It's not something I'm going to think about. I've done that thing. I've put it away. It's out of my mind. I don't have enough room in my head for that. So it'll be a really fun, silly thing every time I pull my knitting out. It's not green. I'm not disappointed. I'm just like, it's not green. Okay, so my friend likes to stretch things. She finds different things because she knows that I sew with all of the things for the shop. And these are warm winter jammies and stuff. I think it's cotton. Yeah, it's just cotton fabric. But last year's Advent, I found myself reaching for those fabrics more and more. More than I ever thought I would. And it's been really great to have a variety. I have plaids over on my shelf over there. And I have like red, yellow, green that I bought for like the snowman scarves. I don't have any of this. And there's going to come a time when I know I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to be really grateful to have these in my fat quarter bin. So thank you so much, my friend. Definitely not like, oh my God, look how exciting it is. But you know what? I need a variety of fabrics. I can't always sew with my favorites because when you sew for the world, for your shop, you need to have a little bit of everything. I love our little community. Jody, you know what? People are always like, I spent $100 on that. You might have spent $4.99 on these, and this is what I'm going to remember, right? Like you can open a bunch of Christmas gifts. I've been seeing a lot of videos on Instagram where the moms ask their kids, what did you get for Christmas last year? And most of the time they can't remember, or they might remember one gift like a Nintendo. So, but something silly like this is something that people remember. So if you feel like, well, Robin, that's not a real gift, that's not enough. Well, maybe you tuck it in with a piece of fabric for someone who sews or some zippers. And then you might feel like, or a gift card. Like a gift card is not a real gift. I love gift cards because then I can get anything at any time, whatever I want. I can get a coffee or I can get fabric. But I think these are like real gifts because it's not just something that was purchased. It's like a thought. Like, this is silly. I enjoy that. So let me send it to Robin. I don't know what she's going to do with those darn things, but she'll find something to do with them. You can stick it on the end of a pencil, right? Your neutral is plaid. Your neutral's, Jody, you're just a desert. That's all. I don't see a problem. I thought this was desert fabric, to be honest with you. When I first saw it with the flower and everything, it definitely reminded me of the desert. So this is day 6. I didn't guess. I'm just going to open it. Yeah, they're really nice. You can make just one thing with these, or even if you just get this, you can take it to the store and find other things that like will go with it. This has got a blue and a red of the, like a vintage-y red, white, and blue, you know, heirloom 4th of July stuff like that. That would be really fun for like 4th of July napkins that aren't really, if for people who aren't in your face and you want something kind of subtle. I think it's really nice. Oh, Laura, my kids have all tried all the crafts and they're like, whatever. But maybe, you know, people will find something later on. I see diamond painting has been being done by like, we'll just say famous people, whether they're in the movies or on the internet. A lot of people are starting to crochet right now. I was going to say this is the same, almost the same fabric. All right, day number, whatever, 6. So we have some fun bits of fabric. Check this one out. This one's going to be fun to work with. I mean, yeah, browns, but I love that mauvey purpley color in there. I like how, like, my daughter is not a creative person. She can't sit still. She has crochet stuff. She likes to do doilies and stuff. She's a very small fiddly person, but she'll do it for a while and then set it aside. On her iPad, she has those paint by numbers, and that's what she does to relax. And I think that's great because she's still kind of being creative, doing puzzles and stuff. Jody, I have one of the puzzles. I have it going out on the table in the living room. I'm doing the trio one that's 3D. And I got to tell you, I probably put about half the pieces together wrong because it's just not working out right. I don't know that all the pieces are there. They might be in with the other puzzle part. So I won't know until I actually finish it. But I got a lot done. I'll have to take a picture of it and put it in the community because I did get a lot of work on it. And I go out there and I work on it for 5 or 10 minutes and then I come back in. And, you know, after sewing or after lunch or something, I come back in and sewing and stuff like that. And it's been really fun to work on. I don't think the boys have touched it at all. I think it's just too much for them. Yeah, a vintage bag or something. I think things like this, I think this one will work. This one I could fussy cut for a zipper pouch, maybe one of the larger ones. It definitely could be like a boxy bag. They don't sell very well in my shop, so I probably won't do many of those. I do want to go back to making the flat cross-stitch bags with a zipper on the front. That definitely would work on it. And then this one, you could really kind of choose the motif and build your pouch around it. So that would work. And I have a few patterns that, cat fur, sorry. I have a few patterns for different bags and stuff that I really like to use now that I haven't. So different ones like that. Now this one, of course, can be cut into any kind of anything because it's such a all over. This is Something Bright Carol, Roeda, for Four Corners Designs by A.E. Nathan. If anyone wants to know, I think that's a really pretty fabric. I want to go through my fat quarters and start doing more with them. I just have to come up with a plan. Now this one is going to be one of those ones that you want to have one big piece. I can tell that already. This is very pretty. I love the colors in this. Now, maybe you just want to frame this and put it in a picture frame and hang it on the wall, right? And then 3 months later, you're like tired of looking at it, so you take it out and put something new in. People also put these on those cheap canvas frames you can get at like the Dollar Tree and Michael's, and then just tape it or staple it or pin it to the back, and then you can change your fabric out. That would probably get a little dirty and dusty and faded, but yeah, I started knitting and crocheting very young, like 7, 8 years old. I was talking to my son Justin about, yesterday I said, I wish I was the type of person that could just curl up underneath the quilts in my bed and just stay there for 3 days. Because that's kind of the mood I'm in right now. I'm kind of like having a funk, I guess. And I'd like to do that, but that's not me. I can't just sit down and watch TV. I have to knit or crochet or do something. I can't just sit. I feel like I'm wasting time and I should be doing something. And that's when I started doing crochet and all of that stuff. It fills that void. It's really pretty. It really is. Did we lose a few people in the chat? I didn't see Sue's name for a little bit. I could tell because she's a moderator and she's blue. I don't always catch everyone else coming and going, and it's fine. I worry sometimes. Like if Giovanna doesn't show up, I'm like, where's Giovanna? She's usually here. Day 7. Okay, fabric. Oh, Jody's notes. Yep, everything's fabric. Excuse me, I've got the froggy. So I'm not even going to guess anymore because I can't keep up with all of the different ones. There she is. I thought maybe you went out to go sew. Oh, Rose, I'm so sorry. Sometimes it's nice to just sit, right? Sometimes I think my friend is just trying to be mean to me and make me work with colors that I don't enjoy. But I have to say, again, with all the fabrics that I got last year, a lot of them were darker ones and a lot of browns and stuff. I actually used up quarter yards of that fabric. And I'm always amazed when I say things like, I don't care for brown. I don't like brown. But then there's so many shades of brown. And it's more than just a crayon brown. And that I find myself like needing brown all the time. So I don't know why I say things like, I don't like brown, when there's just so many fun browns. Now this one's not my style, but it's going to work, right? I love this color of the brown, and I have that jelly roll from Missouri Star that has all of these browns and stuff in it. So I'll need brown. You can't just have pink or purple or bright green or bright yellow. You have to work with all the colors that are out there, because otherwise you're really missing out. This one does kind of like remind me of like bark, where you put the white chocolate and the milk chocolate and stuff on top of it and have it all out. So it's just really good. Oh, Jody, there's no way. There's no way I could lay still. Just sitting here right now, I'm feeling the different aches in various parts of my body. I don't sit for more than 15 or 30 minutes. For some reason, my right foot hurts in the heel area. Maybe it's just cold, and I'm getting this nerve thing going up into my hip. But hey, that's what happens, right? I just normally know by doing... You guys allow me to stay home, earn a living, and still survive, like, right? So by working at home, there's no way I could hold a job. I would have to find some weird random thing, because I need to have a bad day and not go to work. I need to say, oh, you know, everything's kind of sore. I need to kind of just move around a little bit, get up, walk around the house. Maybe I won't start work until 3 in the afternoon. But that one really looks fun. For a bias? On what? On anything? Fat quarters are great for making bias and stuff for binding. I do want to make more round coasters, so I will need to create more bias binding and stuff, because the round coasters just look much better with binding on it. The square ones are great. Turn them and flip them, and then the world's a wonderful thing. But the round ones really look fun, especially the Christmas ones with the red and white stripe. I think I'm going to start on my ventures of looking for more striped binding fabrics for binding, so that I can do more fun coasters. I see a theme going here, my friend. I see a theme. This is darkness in here. Bias binding and I don't like each other. It takes a bit to get used to. It sure does. Sometimes I wonder if my friend shops in the oh, this is flannel. You know what? I was just surprised, because I could feel that it's like flannelly. I don't care, because I'm not, even in a quilt, if it's a quilt for myself, I'll mix everything together. But I don't care, because if I'm making a zipper pouch, it doesn't matter. I can put silk in it. I can put denim in it. As long as I treat the fabrics properly, I can put everything into everything. Maybe it's brushed cotton. I think it's flannel. Hey, look, I'm not versed on all of this stuff, but I feel like this is what, it's either flannel or brushed cotton. So we have this really pretty fabric. Primitive Americana. See, words pop up eventually, right? That's why when I go back and edit videos, I can put the words that I missed down at the bottom. I like to have things like this in a texture. Hi, Tony. I love that. You know, catch up on the replay. That's the best part, right? Some people, when their live is over, that's it. They delete it. And I think that's kind of, I'm kind of wondering if this is like brushed cotton. I don't know. It feels like flannel, but not. Because flannel has that kind of stretch to it. And I know like brushed cotton has that fuzz. So I'm thinking that that's what it is, because this isn't flannel. It doesn't matter, again. It doesn't matter. This is a golden brown, like, yeah, more of a brassy brown to it in the gold colorways, not the brassy green when you dye your hair and it does funny stuff. It's a long recovery, Laura. It's been a long recovery for you. Come so far. You've come so far. You've made it all the way through the live streams now. And I think I remember before that, you know, like you would come in and hang out for a while and then have to leave because you weren't comfortable sitting, laying, or had to go do something or whatever. And to look back, I would imagine, I know when things happen in my life and a year passes, and even though things aren't better, like you're still kind of wounded and broken a little, not 100% where you were, but to be able to look back at that 1 year anniversary and think where you've come from, I think it's really great. Oh, finally, my friend, look it. Now my friend knows that I'm teasing her and it's okay, but finally we've got something bright going on here. Something I can work with, right? I need to find some projects that, like fat quarter friendly projects versus quilts and stuff. Hey, how about a rant? Let's do a rant. My husband says I can have all the fabric I can hide. My husband said the same thing. He said he didn't care. He says as long as I stop talking to him, I can have all the fabric I wanted. He says, go in your room and sew. Yeah, I think we have to remember that even though we're not where we were, we're better than where we were, right? We aren't where we were 2 years ago, but we're better than we were when the first incident happened and stuff. This is really fun. I like what appears to be a sun print. That's not a sun print. It's printed on there. But I like that look when it does that, and I think that's really fun. Oh, my rant. My rant is I keep seeing things, videos that come up, and they're like, make a quilt with a charm pack. And I'm sorry, there's no way in quilter's heaven that you are going to make a quilt with a charm pack. You're going to make with a quilt with a charm pack and 2 yards of fabric or a fat quarter bundle. You're not just going to take one charm pack and make a quilt out of it. I really get irked when I see those videos come across because it's not real. It's 42 5-inch squares. You're not making a quilt. And then they hold up like a whole bed-size quilt. And yeah, there's charm packs in there and they use the 5-inch square. If you said making a quilt using a charm pack and yardage, you know, fine, but you're not making a quilt from a charm pack. Oh, I remember that, Laura, with your husband, yeah. I mean, things just randomly happen, right? Like when Pat Sloan fell and broke both of her wrists. Just crazy how things just happen. Whiskers is awake now and she's playing with the paper. Ooh, a heated pool. Yeah, Jody swears by that. Yeah, right, Sue? It's so misleading. Like, we all know that what it means. But what about a new quilter? They're not going to understand that you can't go to the store and buy a charm pack and think you're going to make a quilt. These have salvages on it, but they don't have any words, so it doesn't really matter what it is. It's just a fun fabric. This is a little bit much like this. I wouldn't make a whole bag out of this like this, but I think it would be fun if you made maybe Like, I think I can handle a phone case or a zipper pouch, but this would be really fun. You could fussy cut around the blue flowers or just have small squares of it in a project. I'm really feeling the need to cut a lot of my scraps into 2.5-inch squares, and I know that's not a good idea because if I'm in the mood for it now, it doesn't mean I'll be in the mood for it in 3 weeks or 3 months. And then this is the other fun one. Do y'all save the cardboard? I do. They say you're supposed to take the cardboard out because it's not, you know, archival. But I'll put it back in because it keeps it all nice and neat. That's it, roller, right? Sometimes the people around you are amazing, but you really kind of need those friends online and stuff that just help you go day by day. Because when something happens, people will surround you, like, you know, friends, coworkers, they'll be there for you. But like anyone who's like when I lost my husband and stuff, or when people get injured or something, everyone's there for you. And then because they've got a life going on too, they go back to their life, and all of a sudden it's like 3 months later and you're there by yourself. And that's really when like your online friends, I don't know why I took the sticker off because now I've got to put it away like this. It'll be fine. But your online friends are going to be there for you, right? And they're the ones that kind of help you get through everything. At least that's how I feel. Because the local people, if you have your besties, we're not counting those people. We're counting the off to the side friends and coworkers and family that, you know, everyone has a life, right? So they think like, okay, well, you were in that car accident. It's been 3 months later. You should be fine. Why are you emotional? And you went to therapy. Your legs healed. And so what if it hurts when it rains? You know, big deal. You lose a family member, a spouse, your dog, your cat, your fish or bird or whatever. And people are like, you should be over it by now. My goodness. Where's my scissors? You know, and so I feel like it's just our online communities that listen to us rant and rave and go on about things, and they don't mind because, you know, they understand more. And it's kind of weird, like, why don't the people around you get it, but the people who others would say barely know you get it? That's it. I'm not opening any more of these. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I am 100% teasing. Did you mix this up, my friend, with someone else? Really? Come on. I am going to find a use for these. This is fun. I like this. I know a lot of you guys like this style, and I have other fabrics to go with this. Everything else, you're really making me think outside of the box, which is a great thing. Because again, if we use the same things we love all the time, how can we can be creative and stuff, but I want to stretch those other muscles. So my friend does that for me. She forces me to figure this out. Plus I have the fabric loom, and I can always use this to loom a rug or something. So there's always uses. And I wanted to start doing the rope bowls and the jelly roll quilts and stuff like that. So she knows that I'm going to find a use for these. But I tell you, you're really stretching me in my creativity here. What am I going to do? I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to do what I do with everything else. I'm going to put it in my storage bin, and I'm going to put it with the rest of my fabric. And one day I'm going to go, oh, I'm working on this desert sea theme or this brown bag, and I really need something for the handles. And I'm going to go, look at that. I've got the perfect fabric right here. And I think that's one of the things of having a variety of a stash. What you love today, in a year, you might have moved on and changed and want something different. So I don't want to have a lot of stuff in my stash. I want to make sure I'm using it up and working through it. Boy, I didn't think I was going to use anything from last year, and I've used most of it up. So it's going to be fun to see what I do with all of this year coming up. This is really pretty. I do. I'm really appreciative, Rose. I have a lot of fun fabrics. This one is probably going to get used first. I really like this fabric. It's not for me, it's not my style, but I know you guys like this, and I'd like to have an idea for that one already. When I look at them, I don't always have an idea because it's not my style, but I know, again, I know I'm going to reach for it. There's going to come a time where I'm going to need it. And if this is flannel or even brushed cotton, if this is what I think it is, then these can also become napkins and unpaper towels and stuff like that. I have a feeling it's brushed cotton. It's really pretty fabric. This one will get used up pretty quick, and this one will get, and then these two. I don't have to think hard for these, but the other ones are really going to stretch me a little bit and figure out. The good thing is while it doesn't all go together, it all goes together, right? I'll find a use for it. You can use these for the cross stitchers and stuff, and you're doing a fully finished project and you need to put a border around it to turn it into a wall hanging or a pillow, or to put a backing on it and stuff. These work really great. And what I've been doing is when I can't figure out a use for something, I'll say, well, I'm going to put this in the lining of a zipper pouch. And then when you open up the zipper pouch, if the outside works with it and this becomes the lining, then it becomes a little bit of happiness when you open the zipper pouch versus just a plain white fabric. Exactly, Laura. Subscription boxes are not within my budget. I feel guilty. Here come the jets again. I laugh sometimes when I'm doing videos because I can go days and not hear a jet this close to the house, and I'll go all morning and there'll be no jets, but they seem to have like a sense, oh, Robin's making a video, it's 1 o'clock, let's fly over right in the middle of a conversation. I'm like, gee, thanks, jets, but I love hearing them. They don't bother me. I just don't want them in the videos sometimes. They can overpower what's going on. Your daughter's ranting about work. She's allowed. We all need to rant sometime just to get it out of our system. Subscription boxes, yeah, they're really great, but they can be expensive. And when some of them will repeat, like they'll give you a pair of scissors every month. Like, I don't need a new pair of scissors every month. I don't need a tape measure. Or they'll send you something because they don't know who's getting it, right? They don't know. And I heard someone say they had to quit doing the subscription box to somewhere because they kept sending them batik fabrics, and they loathe batiks. They don't like working with them. They don't like the way they feel, or they sew up. And they're like, do you have a box that doesn't have batiks? And they're like, no. So she had to stop getting the subscription box. Even though she enjoyed it, she didn't enjoy the batik fabrics. And that's where I run into, and that's why my friend and I started doing these advent calendar things. I have some exciting plans for next year. Next year is going to be fun. I did take a picture of my friend's advent that I sent her, wrapped and unwrapped, I believe. And when I find it in my phone, because I sent it maybe in June or July just to get it out of the closet so I wouldn't lose it. Let my friend lose it first, right? And when we get later on past Christmas, I'll post it in the community tab so you can see. But we started doing this because we loved the idea of an advent calendar, but we didn't like getting keychains and you know, maybe some companies like to have a lot of branded items that are non-crafty items, or some of the yarn ones haven't been very nice this year. People have been complaining about it. I find that the people that make notebooks and little books, and the people that collect pens and make pens, they're having a blast with their advent calendars. Every year I watch them unbox them, and sometimes they're like, things are a little bit, I don't know why this is in here, but later on they're like, hey, I got one last year and I loved it and I need a new one, I'm glad I have it, type things. So it's really kind of fun to watch them open it. But that's why we did this. My friend can send her advent any way she wants, but I have a fun plan for next year. I have 2 ideas that I'll either mix them together, or just choose one of them. And I'm really looking forward to working on that, because it's going to be something that I can work on throughout the year and collect the things that I need and stuff for it. And I think that's really fun for the Friends Advent. I know several of you guys have started doing it also. Brown check with Halloween. This one. That could go with Halloween. Yeah, that really could. You're right. That could go with Halloween. I like being able to gather up stuff all year round. Like Jody. Jody did this all year. And when she saw something fun for me, she's like, oh, I'm going to grab that for Robin. And I think that's really fun. So when I hear you guys say, hey, my friend and I, my mother and I, my sister and I are doing a similar thing, but we're doing ours with books, or we're doing it with knitting or something, I think it's really great. Might be even fun for those that do kitchen and cooking and stuff. You can find different things throughout the year, and you don't even have to do 25. If you want to stick with like 12 days of Christmas, and if you spent a little more money on each item, that works too. The Jets do love us. My daughter went to the Air Force Base and met everyone and talked to them. And Mission Barbecue is where she's a general manager here in Surprise. It's her fault we're here. We totally blame her. Mission Barbecue is really hardcore supportive of the military, the first defenders, the first supporters, the EMS, the police, the firemen, and all of that. So now when the Jets do, Mission Barbecue does this thing at noon, and they I don't know if they do the Pledge of Allegiance or the Moment of Silence, or they have something that they do. They play something at noon, and the Air Force now has scheduled it so they fly over Mission Barbecue at that time whenever they can. Not every day, but if they're doing their flying stuff and they're in that area, because it's on the map, it's right there, the whole base, and then we have Surprise when she's down at that end of it. So when they're in the area, they try to make sure they fly really low, and just as low as they're legally allowed to, of course. And you can tell the difference when they're flying high and they're flying low. I can feel the house shake when they get low. When you're outside and you can see the bolts in the airplane that are holding it together. You can see the pilots and stuff. It's really kind of cool to be part of that here. Oh, hi, Lucy. Thank you for screaming at me in caps. I really appreciate that, because I don't always catch everyone coming in or talking. Way is the black one? What? Sue, I don't know. I don't know, but I think we're all done today. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Like I said, I think I'm going to clean up this stuff. I need to finish editing Advent videos. Where's my notebook? Oh, here it is. I'll give you a quick glance of what my December looks like. I've been working on Advent videos. Look at that. What? So there's a lot of writing going on. I have to edit videos, but I am up to the 16th is the next video I need to record. Now, I'm not sure what I might have to add in some, just we did the regular coaster and a 4-patch coaster. We might need to do a 9-patch coaster, or we might need to do a couple more zipper pouches just to round out the month. There's a couple things that I'd like to do, like a drawstring bag. Excuse me, but some of the things I've chosen, I don't know. I do have makeup remover pads on here. I'd like to do that, but I don't know if I'm going to get, I really don't want to make a hair scrunchie. I have a hair scrunchie on here. I have hair scrunchie videos, but I really don't know if I want to sew a hair scrunchie. I actually don't want to sew anything. I haven't lost my crafting mojo, but I've really been in a funk for like a month or two now where I don't know, I'm not feeling inspired, like I'm not feeling motivated, but I need to get this done so that I can start working on January videos because I want to get ahead. So that's why I'm going to record the next 2 Advent unboxings because I mean, we're only talking for an hour and a half, but it really kind of interrupts the day. I enjoy doing it, and I haven't found the perfect time yet, so maybe we'll play with that a little next year. I have to be, Giovanna, I have to be with the rabbiting brain and the humming in my head. My brain's been kind of quiet now. There's really just, it feels full. And I think it's just a season. I think once we get past this season, that things, you know, it happens to all of us. I think once we get past the season, things will get a little bit more settled down. January is usually a quiet month, so that'll be fun. And I get to open up, I already started adding to my new planner for 2026, so that's always kind of exciting. Once I get the taxes done and the year-end inventory and all of those things behind me, I think I'll feel much better about it. I remember feeling the same way last year. And I think it's also because I just threw up some decorations here or there and I didn't really like decorate for Christmas. And I think it's kind of, what was that? Did you hear it too? Oh, the dog next door? Yeah. The neighbors got a puppy a few months ago. My cats snore, so I'm not complaining about a barking dog. I think it's just a very busy time of year, and if I don't have Christmas exploding around me, I feel like it's not really Christmas. Plus, it's still kind of hard to get used to Arizona. I don't know what the temperature is in Florida right now, but it's probably in the 70s or 80s. It's really gorgeous here. I found that the weather is totally confusing me because I went outside dressed like this to put the mail out, to ship out an Etsy package, and just walked to the mailbox. And 60 degrees was gorgeous in the sun. It was gorgeous. 60 degrees is supposed to be cold. Why was it gorgeous? A strip coaster? Yes, that would be good. We can do that. That would be fun. Where is my stuff? Let me stretch. Oh, look, I got an ad finally. Either I didn't notice it or there was never an ad. Huh, that's fun. Okay. Courthouse step coaster. I think I could do a 6-inch coaster with 1.5-inch strips. I have to look. Coaster ideas. I think coasters are a great gift, and the 2 pieces of fabric is great just to get it done, right? Last minute thing, oh wait, we're going to so-and-so's house and we need to leave in 20 minutes, I can make a coaster. Especially if I have charm squares, I'll just make a smaller coaster. I think a diagonal strip coaster would be really fun. Or a mug rug. We can do, I only did, what did I do? I just did a simple mug rug, right? I didn't do a patchwork mug rug. Patchwork mug rug. And I save all of my planners because of all the different notes and stuff that I put in it. And then I can go back next year and look at what did I do for Advent. Because I really want to do this again. But I want to be the person that makes 2 or 3 Advent videos every month, and then just schedule it on my channel, and it'll go live in December. It doesn't matter if I make a video in January. If I schedule it to go in December, it'll go in December, right? So if I can get myself in a better organizational and thing, and I want to have videos ahead so that when I have one of those weeks that I don't want to do anything, that I can sit on the couch, watch Christmas movies in July and knit a sweater and not have to worry about YouTube because I'm 3 weeks ahead. I've done it before, a daily mug rug. A daily mug rug? Jody, how many things? It's just different fabrics. We can't do daily. See, Tony, there's just something going on, right? I can't even get into the Hallmark movies. I did watch a couple new ones, but I can't watch the old ones that I like to watch over and over again. Yeah, 100% Giovanna. I really prefer to do do all the pretty work on one side, especially a mug rug and a coaster, you're not going to flip it over. If you're going to make one that's half Christmas or I like the idea of half Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving on one side and Halloween on the other, because neither holiday is really a big thing. And I like that idea, but for everyday coasters, I'm just going to put fabric on the other side. I don't even know if, okay, there's a breeze going outside. I can see the corn. I've got corn growing in the backyard from the bird feed that I just let grow. I don't know if it's going to actually turn into corn. I have to look up. I haven't had the thought process to look up how corn grows. I has the top part, the flowery part, and I think corn comes after that from my recollection. It's been a long time since we grew corn. Plus, I don't know if it's going to actually grow corn. Bye, Joyce. Well, that's kind of close, Jody. Let me see. I can't see comments on a live stream for 24 hours, so let me just make sure. Sue, Christmas starts tomorrow. Oh, Sue, I don't want to feel like your Christmas. Whew. Some of you all have done some amazing decorations. Oh yeah, I can do a drawstring bag. It's only going to be one fabric, so I could use the fat quarters. That would be a great idea. I think it was Jody that said that. No, Jody, no video today. I cheated on Advent by throwing in these live streams. Fat quarter for, where's my drawstring bag? Fat quarters. To extend the fact that I didn't want to make 25 videos, I threw in the live stream Advent openings because I thought you guys might enjoy them, and it's a good time to hang out. And then I would skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos, right? That puts me down to 19 videos or 18 videos because I probably won't. If I do one on Christmas Day, it'll be something like if I did a video for the Friends Advent, then I'll put that up on Christmas Day. And I think, I don't know, let's see, the last Wednesday of December is the 31st. I don't know, I don't feel like I'm going to have a Whip It Wednesday video because I might show all of the Advent stuff and then tell you it'll be in the shop tomorrow because I'm going to sell it all in one bundle at a really good price. I'm like really good price. And then, because it's mostly, I've been using all Christmas fabric. Ow. And then Christmas will be over, but you can have like a bunch of gifts for next Christmas because we have bookmarks and corner bookmarks, and we did a bowl cozy and the hot pads and the pot holders and pin cushions, zipper pouches, the little mini memory game, my new favorite key fob. So I'm just going to put these with the coasters and all of that into one big bundle and put it and list it on January 1st. I should be opening the shop back up. Remember, the shop is closing sometime on the 15th. I couldn't find a way to schedule it on Etsy, so I just need to go in and click a button. So when I wake up on the 15th and I remember to click a button, it might not be till noon. It might be at 8 a.m. Yeah, so these, if you want these now, I mean, I don't have all the projects finished, but as soon as they're finished, you can call dibs on it. Otherwise, it's going to go in the shop on the 1st. So maybe we'll have a talk like that. And then January something. January 2nd is a Friday, and then we'll go live on the 3rd. So we'll see what happens that week. I kind of want a little bit of a breather week. I have nothing set up in my January planner, so I need to get all that stuff set up. But we've rambled enough. I think, oops, let me get caught up on the chat. Yeah. Iowa's been interesting. It's one of the states I hear a lot about here, and I know several of you are there, so you guys tell me, but I actually see it coming across the weather and on Instagram and stuff that sometimes it's just a cold winter, sometimes it's a lot of snow and a mixture of both. Of course, Minnesota's like, yep, it's cold. Missouri's like, yeah, it's cold. Minnesota's like, we're buried in snow, and that's never a surprise. They don't really even talk about it anymore. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Thank you, Jody, for all of my gifts and my little paws. Thank you to everyone who sent me something to open on Advent. Thank you to the person I haven't received it yet because I haven't gone to the post office. I don't know if it's there. I feel like if I'm expecting a package at the post office, I feel all kinds of feelings when I go up there and there's nothing there. Sometimes things go to Phoenix and I'll get a notification saying it's been delivered to the post office, but it's only been delivered to Phoenix. It could take 1 to 3 days before it gets here. So when I know there's a package and I go up there and it's not there, I get disappointed, I get frustrated, and every time I go up there to get a package and it's not there, I get stuck behind the train. So then I get irritated. So it's like I try to wait quite a while before I... Wait a minute, who's doing alcohol and painkillers? Guys, that's not good. You can't do that. No. Because trust me, I love a good relaxing sipping drink. I used to drink mudslides all the time. Those were fun. Wine coolers. I'm not much of a beer drinker. I don't drink a lot, but every now and then it just would be nice to have a drink. But I'm leaving, everyone. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And ow, 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 ow. See, my legs are stiff. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Do you want to know what tomorrow's video is? I can tell you that. Tomorrow is what, the 11th? Did I schedule one for the 11th? Yes, so we're going to do pot holders and then hot pads. And I'm trying to do pot holder, hot pad, bookmark, corner bookmark. So if you want to do both items as a gift, you have them day by day. So tomorrow's pot holder. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I hope you've been enjoying all of the live streams. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I got my leash. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.